Barney, welcome to Metaldays. Welcome to Slovenia once again. How are you feeling?
Yeah, I'm okay. I'm okay.
I know that Napalm Death has been not so long ago. You've been to South America and now you're doing
Yeah, we're
Europe.
always bouncing around everywhere, man. Yeah.
You're crazy. Did you ever think that you'll be doing this like after so many years? I mean, Napalm
No.
Death has been.
Honestly, I thought after 2 or 3 years, I thought it would be a great experience, but I'll go and find something else to do. But no, all these years later and still here, you know. It just gained momentum, you know. It just seemed to go well, and yeah, just thought I had enough passion about it to keep going with it, and yeah.
I know that music-wise, you guys keep things fresh with Easy Meat, with Apex Predator, Easy Meat. It's like, I mean, there are so many Napalm Death records, and not even one sounds the same. How do you achieve this?
Yeah, well, it's not deliberate, you know. I mean, yeah, of course it's deliberate that we want to move things onwards with each release, but people do seem to say that even given that, they seem to have a distinction, you know, from album to album. But all we're doing is doing what we think is the right thing to do at the time, you know. We don't want to stand still as a band. We don't want to be generic as a band. But we also realise there is a core of the band, the fast and furious side, that we like to do. That's what we like, you know, in amongst everything else. So based around that, and then we kind of move it onwards from there, you know, and it just seems to, sometimes it's just chemistry, you know, and it just somehow works out, you know. There's no great master plan to it, it just works out.
And there is so many topics that Napalm Death can sing about. I mean, it seems like every time you guys release a record, the world just seems at the same time crazier and
Yeah,
crazier.
the world is a great big toilet, you know, with all sorts going on in it all the time. Yeah, so there is millions of subplots going on in life, you know. So there's always millions of reference points, you know. So that gives us ample room to talk about, put ideas on the table.
Can I ask you? I know that you guys are from Great Britain. How do you feel about Brexit now?
Yeah, I mean, you know what? Here's the thing: the financial stuff is not really the thing that worries me, because, you know, in many ways, what the EU did in terms of things like Greece, like that enforced austerity, I thought that was absolutely terrible. You know, it was a terrible thing to do. So from that point of view, then, that's, you know, I have no sympathy, you know, for the EU. But you know what? Here's the thing. I like actually Europe being united on a social level. You know, I feel myself European before I do British. You know, actually, if there is any identity, and because of the various experiences that is to be had in Europe and that I've had, and I worry that with Europe splits apart on a human level, then we will leave the door open for very, very dangerous forces. Some of the very, very ultra-nationalistic forces that are very powerful right now in Southern Europe and also in Central Europe. That's a very scary thing to me, because the 1930s can teach us a lot about that sort of thing, and we don't want that again. Surely we don't want that again, you know. So I'm hoping that somehow we can remain united as Europeans and achieve a more social Europe, you know. Where Britain's place in that is, I don't know right now, because I see signs that it's turned into this paranoid little island, you know, that almost wants to put like a barbed wire fence around it, you know. And I think that's just so not good, you know, so unhealthy, so inhumane, and it's so just not very pleasant, you know, to put it mildly, you know. So we shall see, you know, what happens. But
Okay. Considering that also Napalm Death was always band which wasn't which didn't preach at any time to people what to think, but you were always opening discussion.
The thing is to put the ideas on the table. Now it's you know, a lot of it's subjective. One person's preaching is another person's, you know, just a dissemination of ideas or whatever. So you know, it's subjective. But yeah, I mean, I can't. It wouldn't be right. Let's put it this way. I wouldn't feel comfortable. To me, it wouldn't be right to take like a big stick and hit people with it. You must do this, or you must think that. No, that's not the way to go about things. The way to go about things is to present why things are as they are, and why it would be really a good thing if people sort of did certain things or didn't do certain things. I think that's a better approach.
Okay.
Because I think if you give people the threads of something, their curiosity will lead them down a certain path, you know, and hopefully that's a more humane. You know, you have to live in hope a little bit as well, you know, because with these things.
Okay, consider this is a short interview. This is the previous to the last question. What is the play? What are the plans for Napalm Death's future?
We have some more European tours and stuff, and a Japanese tour, and some other bits that aren't really finalised yet towards the end of the year. And I think next year we'll think about making an album. I can't give any sort of definite, you know, times and places and facts, but that's the general idea.
Okay, and the last question: what, in your opinion, would be the greatest grindcore record?
What is the best grindcore record? Well, I mean, even though I'm in Napalm Death, I mean, and this is before my time, it's hard for me to choose between Scum and From Enslavement to Obliteration. I think both of those albums are milestones, you know.
Okay.
And that's me stepping outside of the band.
Yeah, of course.